Welcome back to Interlude Army. Today we'll be interviewing the amazing singer, songwriter, multi-platinum record artist, Max.
Hey, thanks for having me, bro.
No problem, no problem. First of all, thank you so much for taking your time to join us. Unfortunately, Jose was not able to make it today, but don't worry, he's here in spirit. And he actually does have a couple of questions for you. So I'm going to be asking
Ooh,
that. But
questions from In Spirit. I like that. Let's do it.
right? But of course, I want to say congratulations. You've obtained, what is it, 40 million streams for you
Yeah,
and Yoongi?
fans have been amazing. Thank you guys for streaming. It's been amazing.
No, it's insane. I just want to tell you how talented and amazing you are. And so on behalf of Armies, thank you so much for being so humble, down to earth, and also a good friend to Yoongi. So.
Pleasure. It's easy to be a good friend to him. He's such a good friend to me too.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, first thing we want to know is when did you get into music and what inspired you to become an artist?
I've had music in my bones forever. I grew up in New York, so I would started with Broadway shows and musical theater stuff, and I'd see like The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast. I'd come home at 4 years old and recreate the shows on my living room table in my underwear for my family, and then I just like loved that so much that I would start writing my music. So it's been since I was 4 or 5, and I really started to write and record stuff when I was 13, 14, and it went up from there.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. Does music run in your family? Like, does other people also in your family?
There's only a few. It's funny. I have not a very musical family. My parents are both tiny, beautiful little lawyers that are they're my Hobbit family. It's surprising, but I'm much taller than both of them, and I'm still tiny. So we're a tiny fam, and the rest of the fam is pretty. There's really only like two other people in my very large family that do music, and one was in the original West Side Story movie, and he played Baby John, and he's just this incredible choreographer and all that. And then one other who does Broadway stuff too. So, and that's out of like 1,000 family members. I have a very large Jewish family on my dad's side and little Irish family on my mom's.
That's so interesting to know that. That's just a few of your family members and you in particular just love to sing and entertain, which is amazing. Now, before the collaboration happened, it was just really cool to see like when BTS started playing your songs before. Like, when did you first hear about them?
Yeah, first time I heard about them truly was the OG story of when I had this song with my friend Audi, and it was called One More Weekend. I really loved that song, and the people that were working on it weren't really doing much for it. They weren't promoting it. And I was like, I love this song. Come on, guys. So
Yeah.
I remember seeing that it went #1 in Korea somewhere and I was just kind of taken aback. What happened? And someone said, oh, they sent me the video of Jungkook singing and like eating noodles in a video of him singing One More Weekend.
One More Weekend라는 곡이에요.
And I immediately said, like, whose man's got the power to just like do a live and sing a song and go #1? And so then I took a deep dive, and then I started, listening to all their music, and really right away I was a fan. I became ARMY pretty immediately, just realizing, oh my gosh, they care about the visuals, that their songs are preaching acceptance. I was just like, these are my people. What am I doing? This is my life. And then I just stayed. Everybody I think remembers that moment when you become a fan of something, and you just stick around.
Yes. No, oh my God. I love your song One More Weekend. Like, okay. By the way, how's it going though with learning Korean? Like, how far are you
I
into
love
it
it.
now?
I'm not that far, honestly. The learning Suga's rap in the song was my real introduction. Besides, like when I was in Seoul for the first time, learning, 안녕하세요 and 감사합니다, just the basics. But
Yeah.
but now I'm having somebody help me translate to make a full version of Blueberry Eyes in Korean that I can learn and sing.
What?
I love singing the language. It's rare. Like I don't love singing German as much. There's other languages that I've tried stuff and it just doesn't roll off as easily for me. But with Korean, it's so natural. So I'm starting with music. That's how I'm learning a language, just by singing stuff for now.
So you said that you're planning on like translating the whole song. How is that going right now? Like, are we gonna hear anything soon?
It just started. I've been
Okay.
I've been trying to get it done for a bit, because I really want to find it, because it's hard to you want it still the lyrics to mean the same but still
True.
flow right. So So that's been the challenge as far, but I'm excited for once we get it done because I think it'll be something hopefully people are excited about.
We're looking forward to that. That's so exciting. So for those who haven't heard the story yet, for those who are listening, how did you end up meeting BTS and how did the collaboration with Yoongi all come about?
Yeah, I was in Seoul for the first time in January of 2020. Had my first show there. And of course, we'd been giving love to each other's music for so long. I said, I'm coming to Seoul. If they're there at the same time, it would be amazing to finally meet them. So put that energy into the universe. And luckily it happened. I was supposed to meet Jungkook and Yoongi at the same time. And I was at a shoe shop like an hour before, find out that Jungkook wasn't feeling so well. So I was just going to meet Yoongi. But everything happens for a reason because I get to the big hit offices and I didn't expect much. And we ended up just hitting it off. We just like dove deep really quickly into music and basketball and Korean food and just everything. We just bonded. You meet somebody sometimes and it's too easy. You're meant to be friends. Right. And so that's what the vibe was with us. And at that same first meeting, again, no expectations. He just said, I'd love to have you. I'm working on a project. I want you to be on a song of it. And I looked around, my friend Joel and my friend Evan were in the room. We were just like, oh yeah, for sure. Anything you want, I'm in. So yeah, that's how Burn It happened on Agust. And at the same time, since he said that, I said, well, it'd be my honor to have you on the song on my album. And, fast forward, bring him to his first basketball game in LA. He'd never been to one. And at that game, I pitched him a different song on the album. And then I ended up, he didn't feel that one. So I just sent him the whole album. He jumped on Blueberry Eyes. Boom, both the songs in the world. And that's the story in a nutshell.
So were you guys working on both Burn It and Blueberry Eyes like at the same time?
Same time, yeah, exactly.
No, that's insane.
And from different countries. We were never together for it. We were always because it really, I think we finished both right around when everything in the world started happening. So it actually allowed, because he was touring so much and we were touring so much, we actually both, since we were locked down in our own studios at home, we're just sending things back and forth to each other during that time. I think like in March and in April, that's when we finished it all.
That's so interesting. I was wondering, when you guys do send it back and forth and there's like edits that need to be made and stuff like that, like, do you guys just send it in your own language and you just use Google Translate, or how does that work? Or is it already translated?
So he works with some amazing people. When we first met, he works with an incredible A&R, which means somebody who really usually is like a guide for your music in the industry. And A&R is sort of, they help choose songs, and they basically give their opinions of different songs and help you figure out what's the best for your album. So his A&R was there for every time we've hung out in person, and she speaks perfect English and she speaks Korean. So she would translate in real time immediately. He would say something, she'd say it to me back and forth. So for the whole experience, we were on a group text with her, and she would send back and forth like, oh, he'd like you to do this, and can you do it up a key for Burn It? And I'd say, of course, yeah. And then I'd send it back and forth. So that's how it was so seamless. When I first met him, I think it's a part of Korean culture and just some Asian countries in general, but there's such a respectful quality of when we first met. He gave me this incredible, signed deluxe album from the whole band, and he wrote, welcome to Korea, can't wait to hang out in LA on it. And there was just like, right away, he gave me all these gifts, which it wasn't about the gift, but the gesture. So yes. I think that's been a part of our relationship. It's less about the gift, more of the gesture, just continuing to be thankful.
It's just cool to know that how he was very welcoming, very like open. The aura that he gave was very open, like not intimidating, not, so.
Oh, I'm obsessed with that. Every time I meet someone like that, like, very few who, have that pressure on them are still so humble and kind. And those are the people I am the most respectful of and grateful for, and who I bond with the most. There's SUGA, there's Ed Sheeran, there's Shawn Mendes. There's very few that can handle that massive superstardom and still be such a kind human. And so when you meet those people, you just haven't, because you know what it's like to have that pressure, that there's an appreciation for somebody that can deal with it so well.
That's amazing. And I could tell too, I haven't met you in person yet, but I could tell you're very humble and down to earth. And that's probably why he likes you too.
Hopefully, I hope so. I hope so.
He likes well.
Thank you.
I mean, I wish I could interview him and ask him about you too, but I'm sure he'll say the same. Now, I know a couple of people have already asked you this, and it's just incredible how you and your wife, Emily, learned Yoongi's verse in 2 weeks. Like, it's so flawless. How did this idea come about though? Like who came up with, you know what, let's learn the verse?
I did. Yeah, I feel like I'm always going for just. I get very ambitious, and sometimes it bites me in the butt. But most of the time, I'm very happy when we go
Mm-hmm.
for it. But it
Mm-hmm.
happens with like musical versions of songs. I'm always like, yo, let's do an orchestral version of the song, or like a jazz version. And sometimes, the people I work with in my band or whoever else, they're like, okay, that's gonna take some time to learn. But same with the Korean, I knew it was gonna take some time. But when I
Mm-hmm.
found out he couldn't be in the video, I knew we had to utilize the moment and really make it special. And so, yeah, the translation of his verse, I've said this a few times, but it's very romantic and it's very,
Mm-hmm.
the lyrics fit right into the story. So it just felt like wedding vows. And when I kind of came up with the concept of the whole video of it being this quarantine, like fast forward of life in a day, him
Uh-huh.
being that verse being the wedding just felt perfect. And so learning those vows with her, it was so special, and it was so great because sometimes we look at each other and we just do the verse from the rap, and it's like our new love language. We have all these weird random love languages like sign language when I lost my voice, and now Korean, so we just keep adding to it.
No, it's sweet too how Emily got in, like was involved in it, like she was down to do it, and that is something that I guess through this experience you guys learned together. So that's another thing that
So
brings you
much
both
fun.
together. Jose was also wondering, were you guys able to like nail it like in one try during the recording, or like how many tries did it take for you to do
So
it?
it's funny, we wrote these giant cue cards with the phonetic lyrics and everything,
Uh-huh.
but it was so important for me not to look at those. I really wanted to just look directly in camera and just try to nail it. And we did a bunch of safety takes, but I think maybe it was the pressure was on, and we only
Mm.
had the one day to shoot the whole music video. It really, honestly, that whole take, we shot my part, her part, all the different shots of it. Probably an hour we shot the whole thing. So
Wow.
I mean, there were probably, of all the angles you see in the video, like, I don't know, 15 takes total, but that
Wow.
was, and if there were any parts where we messed up in one take, we cut to another.
You
So I'm
switched
sure
it.
we didn't do it perfectly every time, but we tried our best to just look directly in camera and cheer each other on, to not look at the cue cards.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I heard you sing Yoongi's verse live, and that's amazing. So you already got it down now. Like you don't need no cue cards. You just got it
Oh,
down.
no, I don't, I'm having so much fun. I'm trying to like switch up the melodies because we're doing
Right?
all these different versions. So it's been, again, like I was saying earlier, it's just a language that really rolls off the tongue in such a beautiful way vocally. Notice, but in Korean, I've noticed that most of the language just flows very seamlessly. So I'm having fun with
Very chill. I'm glad you're having a lot of fun with it.
it.
We're having fun watching you sing it, like do the verse because we
I
can't do
like
it
it.
ourselves, but
I'm sure y'all can do it. I got to make that a challenge. I had another interview earlier with this awesome dude Brian who learned the whole thing. So I feel like that'd be a fun
Brian.
challenge to get people to learn it.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, I love Brian Byrne. Is that who interviewed you?
Yeah.
He's
It's so
amazing.
sweet, so awesome.
Maybe yeah, you can make that a challenge. Like have us learn a verse and we could put it all together and yeah.
So this might be the culmination of that moment happening right now. That might have
Right?
to happen.
That I would be
Gotta
down.
do it.
I will learn that verse. I'll do my best.
Yes. Okay, I
Oh,
might another ambitious idea. This is how it
right.
starts. Like somebody says something like this, and then I go, "Oh my God, yeah, let's do it." And then I realize what it takes to actually make it happen, and then I like go in this dark hole of, "Oh my God," but I have to finish it. So now this
Yes.
has started that I have to do it.
Yeah, see, because Brian, me and Brian are down, and then I'm sure a lot of people will be down to like record them singing a part of that and then just put it all together. Let's see.
Oh,
Hey, that'd be a
yes,
cool
I'm
challenge.
I'm really excited
I don't
about
know
it.
if
Now
I'm a
my
bad
wheels are
influence.
turning.
I don't know if
No,
I'm
I
a bad
love it.
influence.
Now you're a perfect influence because it's my double-edged sword of this love for doing ambitious things. It's just like, yes, I got to do it, and then you have to actually go through the
Go
steps
through
of
with it.
making it happen, editing the video, getting however many people to
True.
do it. So it's happening. We'll make it happen.
Okay. If you need an editor, I'm just kidding. I'm not that good at it. I'm not good at editing.
You said it, girl. You said it. You getting it? We'll start sending
No.
you the footage.
Oh, no. Oh gosh. We were wondering, how did you find out about the cat motive for Yoongi?
I feel like it's another double-edged sword. My wife, I have to do like no phone weekends because
Mm,
it's an addiction. And I'm sure people can relate to, you dive in and you're on it for way too long, but you learn so much. That's why it's tough for me because I
mhm.
really feel like I learned so much from the fans, And I saw that randomly, and I kept thinking, like, what are ways to really make his spirit be a part of the video? And I kept seeing the cat, and I remember telling the directors, like, we just have to throw a cat in there at some point, just for fun, just throw it in there. No, people who won't get it, but the people who do get it, they're gonna really get it. And it was so rewarding when we put it out, and people were so excited about it, because I fought for that cat being in the video with a lot of people who didn't get it for a long time. So I'm sorry, Yoongi. I've never asked him, but when I do, I wonder how he feels about the cat thing too.
No, I think he probably like laughed. I don't know. See, that was just really
endearing.
Cool.
He loves himself. I think that's why we get along so well too, is that he has a very deep acceptance for who he is, and I think the whole group does. And when you have that, hopefully you brush things off because you know who you are, and you really try to find the love from what people are trying to give from it, you know, rather than take offense to something, because you are who you are, you know. I'm a tiny human. I'm not 6'9". Like, I'll never be a basketball player. You just got to accept that.
Yes, accept yourself, love yourself. God. Now, you've had a lot of interactions with ARMY. What has your interactions with ARMY like felt like so far? Like your experience?
Incredible. It's so incredible. I think I'm very conscious of how important it is to be respectful of those you work with, always, whether it's the name on the feature or the producers of the record or the people behind the scenes. Like, the artists in the front are always the tip of the iceberg. And so that lesson is definitely just from people around me telling me, just be good to people. And I think ARMY is just good to people. They see when it's real. And I've been so grateful that effort to just be respectful has been taken in such a beautiful way, because I know that there have been other instances where people haven't been as respectful, which is unfortunate. And it's tough to see that, because you're like, it's not that hard. Just be conscious of who you're working with and give love to those who deserve it. But I feel very grateful that they've just opened me with welcome arms, and it's so good to me. So it's been amazing.
Yes, I think I also saw your previous interview where you're saying that armies could be like the CIA, because we're so
for sure.
like we know everything. And it's very true what you said. Just be conscious, and also I guess just treat people with respect. And especially I know like the fandom is just being thrown around here and there, and fandoms nowadays are not really looked up to as or respected. And so I'm just very thankful that you are one of those artists that do respect our fandom, and also Yoongi and the boys, BTS. So thank you so much for that.
It's my pleasure. It's easy to do it, man. I'm honored to be a part of the fandom too. I definitely consider myself ARMY. So it's
yes,
to be part of it.
I was gonna ask you that too. Okay, that's really cool. Welcome to the family, Max.
Thank you. Kamsahamnida.
Oh, wow. Yes. Oh my gosh. So you just dropped your recent incredible album, Color Vision, which, by the way, my favorite song is, other than Blueberry Eyes, is Working for the Weekend. That is just super catchy. Like, I loved all of your songs, but that was, as soon as I listened to even it was like the first time, the chorus was just stuck in my head the whole time.
I love that. Thank you.
No problem. I could already hear it play in my head. You mentioned a little bit of what might be coming out soon, but are there any future projects that you're currently working on that you're able to tease or say something about?
Totally. Well, I feel like as a musician, you're always waiting for the spark, something that you put out a lot of songs, a lot of music, and you just see where you have a lot of love for songs like Working for the Weekend, like you said, but when something sparks, at least for me, my method is that I just like to keep it exciting. And so for obviously Blueberry Eyes, it's been such an incredible spark that like with Lights Down Low, those who dig into my past, I did a lot of fun versions of Lights Down Low. The story of Lights Down Low evolved immensely over years. And so that's sort of been what's been cool with Blueberry Eyes. Similarly, we're working out other really fun versions with other great artists who are jumping onto the story, which is such an honor. And of course, I'm working on the next album. But for now, I think ARMY will definitely be happy to know there's lots of really fun and exciting versions to come from this song. Well, ARMY's going to see this interview, and then I'm going to do an acoustic version in the Cat Cafe, and it's just going to take it to a whole new level.
That would be really cool. And then a spotlight on you, and you're just, okay, yeah, we're going.
Reference this video when the Cat Cafe version happens of Blueberry Eyes.
No, but thank you so much, Max, for taking your time to be
A pleasure.
here.
I love that that's the last part of the interview is the Cat Cafe moment. That would be I wish that the world. I'm sure cat cafes aren't open right now, so I'll just have to. Two ideas have sprung from this podcast. There has been the amazing whole Korean version of All the Fans, and then the potential cat cafe acoustic version.
You could make your own cat cafe. Get the cats that are wanting to be adopted, and
just rescue cats and have them get adopted.
Right? Okay.
Let's go, boo.
See, look, if these things come to life, I'll be like, oh my God, Max came through. He went through with
both these ideas. I might have to. That would be so cute. Oh my God. You're getting my wheels turning. So it's a pleasure. I'm glad that was the last part of the interview.
Right? Oh gosh. But thank you so much. And for those who are listening and haven't followed you yet on social media, y'all better follow Max. Where can they find you on social media?
I try to keep it simple. It's at Max some places and at Max Music other places. So between those two, hopefully you'll find me. I know it's not very Googleable, but the goal is to be the top thing on Google.
When you type in Max, that's
get there, baby. I need y'all. Let's make it happen.
Right. And make sure to stream his new album, Color Vision. You guys need to listen to it. It is amazing. But also his past albums and songs. And I swear, like, people, I'm sure they've heard Lights Down Low, but they didn't know it was from you. I did see some reactions from that, but y'all need to listen to this amazing, talented human being, okay? But thank you again.
Pleasure all mine. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you next time. I'm sure we'll next time we talk, it'll be a lot of cafes and all the things all together.
Right, all the projects coming through.
Let's do our next interview at a cat cafe. That's what we gotta do next.
That would be hilarious. That'd be amazing, actually. That's a really good idea. I don't think anyone's done an interview in a cat cafe.
Put that into the world. Put that into the ether one day. And we will reference this in 20 years when we do the cat cafe interview.
Manifest this.
All right. Pleasure, my dear. See you next time. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.